So Josephine, where do I see the next smallest example of the diagram?
I guess if each circle is an it's like one instance, then the smaller circle would be a smaller instance of the entire diagram. So
Right.
everything that's at the outermost circle.
Everything after one circle. So if this is my first circle, the outer one shown here, if I just sort of ignore it and look at everything inside of it, it looks like the same picture, right? It's got a bunch of circles and it ends in a red dot in the center. So I could say that this diagram consists of a recursive specification of a single circle followed by a recursive call that draws the rest of the picture but with a smaller diameter. And so let's take a look at the code that actually does this and see why it works. So here we see a specification of circles, and in comes a radius r. And each of these circles is going to be centered at 0.5, which is the center of our Sedgwick canvas. And each radius is 90% of the outer radius. So in my recursive call to circles, to draw the rest of the diagram, starting from the first circle, as you said that I would skip, I simply specify a radius that's 90% of the radius that came in. And my base case is going to be when the radius is so small that I don't want to draw it anymore. This base case is actually pretty small. Let me make this slightly bigger. How about if I make it something like that? And if I run this, each of our circles, and I paused this on purpose to show the drama of the circles being drawn so it's not all one picture. And they're going to get so close together that eventually we reach the space case of the radius. Let me show that here. Of the radius being less than 0.07, in which case this method exits and I simply draw a red dot after that. That's great. Let me show you another common picture that we look at to find recursive substructure. This is called Sierpinski's triangle. There are two ways of looking at this picture. Neither way is right or wrong, but I'm curious, when you look at this diagram, are you seeing white triangles drawn on top of a black background, or are you seeing black triangles drawn on top of a white background?